Hey there, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It is time to level up. Till now, we are discussing about some basic components, states, and we focus more on the UI part. That is how to structure a component and design few basic stuff. So we have been doing well, but now let's dive deep with core topics. So in this section as well as in the next section, we are going to juggle up some advanced topics. We'll be talking about how to create our own API in front end as well, so we can test stuff. We'll be talking about different hooks, and we are going to create our own hook. That means a custom hook. So we are going to juggle some core topics, and this is going to be much tougher than whatever we did till now. So get ready to level up. The first thing we are going to talk about, it is JSON Server. It's a package that helps us to create our own API. Now, one thing I need to tell you, that API is usually developed by a backend. We just get it, we start working on it. So what happens is, when we start working on front end, we don't usually have an API because API is handled by a backend. What we need to do is we need to create a fake API. We need to have some sort of links. We need to have some sort of response so we can test our front end projects. That's where this whole JSON server comes into picture. We can define our own API and we can do a lot of stuff. Now this JSON server or fake API is not restricted to this section or next. We are going to utilize it in lot of project, because in real project you basically play a lot with APIs, and for that we have a solution. We have our own JSON server now. We can create any type of API, test out the result, build out designs, and use our code React concept. So all you have to do is you can go to npmjs.com. You can search JSON server. You will get this page. There is a lot of information here. Also, you can click on this GitHub link and everything is there. Don't worry, we are going to cover this all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to install it on our global level. Now, what I mean by global level, the other apps can also utilize our JSON server. So let's start. Before that, let's create a new project so that we can experience things from basics. So I'm creating a new folder. Let's say practice JSON. And here I'm having npx, and then I just need to create React app, and the project name, let's say shopmate. I'm trying to create an API to demonstrate or display different products. So let's say I have given the name as shopmate. I have pressed enter. It is going to take few minutes, so let's pause till then. So this looks fine. Okay, now I need to just change the folder. Let me get into change directory and get into shopmate. Looks good. Get into. So here we have our basic structure. I need to do quick cleanup. I need to remove these. I need to remove this as well. I need to remove this logo. Need to remove this test file. Okay, this cleanup is done. Get here, remove all the unwanted code, save and get into our app, remove the entire header, and then RFCE. Looks good. Let me open the terminal. npm start. Currently we are getting this empty page because we don't have anything inside this. So I'm going to have this h1 tag. Let's say h1 and hello world. Let me save this, get back here. Refresh this. Yes, things are working fine. So what next we have to do? We have to install our JSON server, like npm install JSON server, npm install JSON server. So our JSON server is installed. When you check the package.json file, you will see this JSON server. Here is the JSON server. Okay, now let's get back here. What we need to do is we need to have a db.json file, and then we need to run that JSON server. Here you need to remember one important point, that is JSON server will be on port 3000 by default, and a React app is also on port 3000. So there are chances that we can get an error. Because of that, we need to change the port for at least one of them. But before that, let's create the step. Let's create our data file. Inside this, I'm going to have my db.json, and inside this, I'm going to mention all the information. So basically what happens is we just need to create an object. We just need to define the endpoints. It could be a product. We can define multiple of them. So let's say I'm going to have a product, and then I need to provide the list and each individual object. So this can be my product 1, 2, and so on. So that's how we can define this stuff. Now why I'm telling this is because it is going to be bulky by adding multiple products. So let's add a product here. I'm going to define things myself only. So let's say I'm having ID as 10001. Then I'm going to have name of product. Remember, this is a JSON, not the JS, not the JavaScript. So you will see these codes. So I have ID, then I have a name for that particular product. Suppose I'm creating a e-commerce. So let me give a random name like ebook page. And then I have an option about price. Let's say $29. And another I have is let's say in stock. And it is going to be true if product is available. Now I can add multiple of them because it is easy now by copying paste. Let me give the ID as 2, 3, and 4. And giving the price is different so that we can differentiate. That's it. This is great. We have a proper product link API endpoint, which when we hit this endpoint, we are going to get these 4 products. Let me save. For now, I'm going to open my app.js. Let me open my terminal. So I have opened a new terminal so that I can run my db.json. So let's say run this npx JSON server watch data slash db.json. This basically start from this root folder. Then we need to change the port space 8000. And if I run this one, you can see this should work fine. So it was hitting this error, data slash db.json not found, because we need to change the directory. Now let's run it again. So yes, it is working on this site. Let's get open this one. You can see this is working fine. So let me zoom it first. And you can see this raw and past, these are because of the extension. And for this, I will recommend you a JSON formatter extension. You can access it for free. Then you can have these things formatted. So this is an API endpoint. We can hit on this endpoint and we can get any type of information. Like if I give slash 10001, which is basically my product ID, you can see I'm going to get the information specifically for that product. If I have 1002, then I can have the information of our second product. Also, we have some different functionalities like get, post, put, patch, delete. We can also get the following routes using this. We can send like post request, push request, patch, as well as delete request. And the important point is that we can get the D properties. And we can also sort things according to the price. For example, if I have a sort ID according to the ID, then we can use such commands. So that's all. I hope you got the idea. Now we are going to get into a React tab and start calling this fake API, and we are going to play with it. Thank you for following this, and that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.